interference, like the air that is being put into motion by the drivers, if we walk along the floor, or if we've got vibrations in the floor and so on. We want to protect the unit from external interference. Whereas what we found is that the components inside, if they are allowed to vibrate, the very same component creating a musical signal can vibrate, and by doing so it will introduce distortion already at the creation of the music. So if you look at it logically, it would be very strange to trying to protect the unit from external interference, because the external interference cannot affect something after it has happened. You with me? Mm-hmm. Right? I will just make a little demonstration here, and for you to see if you can notice what we're noticing. We are concentrating on problem areas. Known problem areas would be power supply. In a transport, obviously the mechanism is spinning. Power supply got 120 volts AC, it has to vibrate. The output stage is physically connected with a horizontal circuitry board, a vertical output stage, and mechanically connected to the outer world through the cables. It has to mechanically vibrate. So we want to isolate those areas, or give those areas a free pathway for energy to dissipate. Play a piece of music, then I'll change, lift the unit up, and see what we can hear. Play.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track, where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires and the humming wires. You know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand. Wrap you in his arms, tell you that you'll be that good.
So, the mechanism, and on those sides, this one is a bit wobbly. Drop it. There you go. So, we're allowing for bad energy to have a free pathway out.
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track, where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires and the humming wires. You know you're never coming back. Past the square, past the bridge, past the mills, past the stacks. On a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand. Wrap you in his arms, tell you that you'll be a good boy.
Yeah, it's a pretty. I'm being accused of having a little switch on the backside.
So is the integrated amp already have those under it?
Yeah, yeah. The integrated amp, if you look at an amplifier, you almost always end up with a transformer. In the case of this one, we have two transformers. So I have to find both of those points. The transformer also vibrates. That's a really problem area too.
So really, it doesn't matter what kind of stands you have?
To give you an insight in that, of course the stand matters, but the sword cones really is the first step. Even before you actually think of putting the stuff on a stand, the cones, the sword cones are more important than the stand. The stand is not unimportant.
Oh, I guess the question was, if you had a really, really good stand, or
Yeah.
let's say this is concrete,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
If you were to put that
Yeah.
transport right on the concrete,
yeah.
and then try with the cones,
Yeah.
would you still hear that?
Oh yeah,
That amount of
done
difference.
that, been there, done that. In my living room back home, I have a piece of furniture, not a hi-fi
Just
rack.
one piece?
I have one piece of furniture where I have my hi-fi equipment.
Alright.
Yeah. And then I got another piece of furniture which I sit in.
Oh, good.
And then I got
You're
another
one
one where I
of
put
those.
my beer. So yeah. So I got more pieces of furniture, but I've got one piece of furniture where I keep my electronics. And that is just bought because it looks good. And I apparently don't decide what is going to look good in my own home. So that is the piece of equipment or furniture where the electronics sits. When we were doing the development of this, I did that in the piece of furniture, and I had the same results. And I asked myself the same question: what will happen if I use a good rack? So I dragged out my finite element, the pagoda reference, and put it in front of that. The amplifier on its own feet in the furniture to the finite element. Great improvement. Super good. Going back? No, not as good. Finite element? Great. Put it back, but with the feet underneath. And using the sword cone is better than having it on its own feet on the finite. Obviously, I would really have wanted to have it on the finite and the sword cones. Yeah.